Hey, so I wanted to respond to a question that had been submitted to me, and it was where I would like to work the most within the death care field. Maybe what would intrigue me the most or interest me the most. And I think my two answers may not be even long term where I would like to work, but even go spend one day doing this type of work would be just a phenomenal experience. I would like to go work at Dover Air Force Base where they bring back the casualties from overseas and for the armed forces, and everyone comes in through one port and is cared for, and they have such an amazing care team there that are, dentists and forensic anthropologists and embalmers and all these people that care for the bodies that come back, and in the end, dress them in new appropriate uniforms with all of their bars and ribbons and everything that they're supposed to be getting for burial. And I think that would be such an amazing thing to be a part of and such an honor to give that's just hard to give in any other area. So I think that would be super, super fascinating and just a once in a lifetime thing to get to be a part of. I would also love to work in a mass casualty situation just because of the experience that I think it would provide. I don't want mass casualty to happen by saying this. It's not that I want there to be some catastrophe so that I could go do this, but I think it would be such an experience and can learn so much because it is so unique to work in one of those type of situations. So I've always wanted to be on a disaster response team and just never had the opportunity to have that be a part of my career path. And so, maybe one day that will line up with what I'm doing, and because I would like to be a part of that. I just think it would be so fascinating. I love reading the stories about those who have helped during mass casualty situations and, huge catastrophic events, because they are so unique and you do encounter these things that you just can't be trained for. One thing I would love to get the opportunity to do too would be to visit the body farm at the University of Tennessee and see how they do their studies there in forensic anthropology and in decomposition and body decay and everything. I think that would be fascinating. It's not a funeral director type thing, but it's something that fascinates me just because of what a body goes through when someone dies, and how the elements affect them, and we see it all in the bodies we care for, and so it would be really interesting to see how that's studied and what they do with it. So I think those would be the areas that would really fascinate me the most. I've really always loved forensic anthropology and had thought about going into it for about a minute, except for the long study course, and at the time when I was deciding, it was just way too long of a commitment and for me, and I just wanted to be done with school and get married and have kids, and that didn't happen at that time, happened later, but I just didn't take that course when it was kind of a desire in my heart, and I'm glad I didn't, because I think I ended up where I'm supposed to be. But I would love to go and spend a day doing that and seeing it firsthand, what they're doing at those type of research facilities. So hopefully that answers the questions, and by all means, you guys, if you like what you hear, make sure you subscribe to my channel and throw any questions at me. I'm trying to be as transparent as I can about the funeral and embalming and death care industry. So I will talk to you guys soon.